Hello, everybody. Rock Kaput is here again tonight, again with a very special episode. But first, let's introduce us. It is
Hi, I'm Oliver.
and Alex again. And this is a very special episode for several reasons. This is Oliver's and my first album review together on this channel. And second, we are talking about a very special band close to our hearts. And it is punk rock veterans Social Distortion, because they are back with Born to Kill, their first studio album in 15 years, quite a long time. Orange County's finest. For those who don't know them, they are doing a kind of a blend of punk, rock and roll, and country. Very authentic, like no other band I know. So Oliver, let's start with your history with Social Distortion.
Yeah, first off, like always, remember to like this video,
Yes.
hit subscribe, and give us your comments, and just let's talk about this great band. Yeah, so Social Distortion. I think the first time I listened to them was with their fourth album, Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell. A friend of mine who was a bit more into rockabilly stuff. He bought the album on vinyl back then. I think we might have seen video clips on MTV from that album, and yeah, I liked it, especially the voice of Mike Ness. I was immediately drawn to that voice, even when that wasn't exactly my typical sound. But I liked it, and then of course a couple of years later. Their big success album, White Heat, White Trash. What's the full title? I
White
can't
light,
remember.
white heat, white trash.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Came out, and yeah, we all loved that back then. And yeah, Social Distortion never really were a band that had this kind of 2 year cycle, so it always took a while until a new album came out. And when I think it was in 2004, um, Sex, Love, and Rock and Roll came out. I loved that one as well. And then another long gap. What's the title?
Hard Times in Nursery Rhymes in
Yeah, right. Hard
2011.
Times and
Yeah,
Nursery Rhymes.
yeah.
And I remember I was a little bit disappointed by that one. I saw them live on that tour, and that wasn't too great either. Yeah, and then I mean, I lost track of them, but they didn't release anything. So, and then I heard that Mike Ness got cancer, which made me kind of sad, even though I hadn't heard from them in a long time. So I was really excited when the new album was announced, and came out pretty fast after I first heard of it. So yeah, that's my Social Distortion history.
Yeah, nice. Very nice. Okay, so my his history, I came in a little bit later. I came in with White Light, White Heat, White Trash. I've heard one of their songs, Don't Drag Me Down, on a sampler, and I was immediately hooked. And then I think I first bought Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell and their self-titled Social Distortion from 1990, and became a fan. And later on, I bought Live at the Roxy with all the hits. A great live album with Chuck Biscuits on drums. And yeah, I love this band, and I also followed them, but I've never seen them live, unfortunately. And yeah, and I've also listened to all those Social Distortion offspring bands like the Backyard Babies, who, yeah, I think they basically sound like Social Distortion on steroids, I think. Yeah, I mean, they have a much faster guitar player with Dragon, very similar. So,
Yeah.
but also still a cool band. But I mean, this is the original, so it's hard to beat. Yeah, and I also love the voice of Mike Ness.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, what do you think of the new album? We had
So
we don't didn't have that much time to get into it, but a couple of days. I mean, Social Distortion aren't really a band that will kind of surprise you, so weren't really any experiments
Yeah.
to be expected? So
Yeah, first, I mean, since we are doing this channel, I don't know, I've changed my listening habits a little bit. You always look for something interesting in the production and always, oh, is something really special about this song. And I mean, with Social Distortion, you don't get that so much. So I had to recalibrate myself to say, hey, this is not about production trickery or something. This is really about the song. This is a very basic meat and potato band. This is about a very earnest and honest sound, and really about good songwriting, and also about the lyrics. So I had to lean back and take a little bit more time, and yeah, I felt at home pretty soon with this album. So and I immediately loved the sharp guitar sound. I think the Dave Sardi production is really cool. It fits them nicely. They sound like themselves, but yeah, it's a very punchy, nice production. I really like it.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, to me it was, I don't know, it was I wasn't I mean I was happy that they are back and I was looking forward to that album, but like I said, the last album I thought seemed a bit tired maybe to me. It
Yes.
isn't a bad record, but it's a little bit more toned down, and like the immediacy of the albums before was lacking for me, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. And But it didn't take long for me to, and you know, these albums that you put on and you immediately are in a good mood. And I mean, a thing that I like about Social Distortion, about their melodies and their lyrics and Mike Ness' voice, there's always this kind of melancholy in that music. You know, it's I mean, it's this rock and roll sound. So they are looking back, you know, to a style of music that's completely out of fashion and like 70 years old, basically. So that's always part of their DNA. I think this living in the wrong time, um, and to me, this music in the best songs of Social Distortion always make me want to hang out with my friends and party,
Mhm.
which I obviously don't do that much anymore because life is different and I'm not 20 anymore. But it's just the music that gives you this kick in the ass and gives you the impression that everything is possible tonight, right? And I
Right.
immediately felt that with this album, and it was, I didn't really know that I missed music like that so much, because you know, there isn't really any new great rock music or that much out there, and that immediately gives you that kick. So I really love the new album and listened to it today driving home from work
Mhm.
loud, and I was singing, and yeah, it's I thought, well, I need to get into a club and listen to that one and dance and you know, have a couple of beers. So I think it's a beautiful album, very positive and optimistic and life affirming. So I'm glad
Yeah.
that they're back, and I think it's a return. It's a return to form, and wasn't
Yeah.
really to be expected, I think.
Yeah. I agree, especially after the last one, who felt a little bit tired. You almost had the feeling, is this really a punk rock band with the last album? You don't get this feeling here. So, I
Yeah,
mean, they kick the album off with the title track immediately, and yeah, you're reminded of the early punk days, and they feel revitalized,
yeah.
and it really sets the tone for the whole album.
Yeah, and you mentioned the great guitar sound. So it's very aggressive and um, but in a positive way, right? It's yeah, just party music. So
Yeah,
you already mentioned the opener. So why don't we dive into it?
yeah.
So
Let's go through it.
yeah, the album opens with the title track. I mean, first of all, great classic rock and roll cover, you know, with a leopard on the cover, Born to Kill. So
And great colors on the cover.
yeah, right.
Mm.
It's made to be immortalized by a tattoo or something like that, right? Yeah, and the title track is yeah, just the right kind of song for that title, right? It's this mission statement, right? So it immediately starts off, and you want to have more of that.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I mean it's a great message when you know that he had cancer and survived it, and he comes back with such a song. So that's it gives you really
Yeah,
the endorphins.
yeah,
So and with lyrics like "I'm the underdog who ends up on top." So you yeah, they're back.
yeah. And he just sounds incredibly cool. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah. And it's also a song about rock and roll energy that really makes you indestructible, kind of. So this really deserved to be the title track. So yeah,
yeah.
and it's a cool album title. So yeah,
And it's really to me the great songs on this album, the straight rockers are really up to on par with something like Don't Drag Me Down, right? So it's that kind of
yeah,
vibe you are getting. And that's the next song, No Way Out. I mean, it's basically a one-two punch. This album starts off with two
yeah.
great rockers right off the bat. So yeah.
Yeah, and now that you mentioned Don't Drag Me Down, this song even is from that era because
Oh,
it
okay.
was written back then. Yeah, two tracks here are quite old and they
Mhm.
recorded them now. So
Okay.
it totally fits.
Yeah. So the next one, The Way Things Were, is a bit more mellow. It's a typical. It's also a typical song for Social
Also a
Distortion.
single? Hmm?
A bit more melancholic. I already mentioned this kind of nostalgic feel, and that the way things were, obviously. Um, and it has this beautiful. They have these ringing guitars. It's just beautiful how it sounds, and Mike Ness's voice always almost is in a marriage with these guitar sounds. It just belongs together and
Yeah,
blends very well. So that's another beautiful song, I think.
yeah. Now, I think this is actually is also one of the key tracks of the album. So because Ness, I read this, he wrote this after he won the battle against cancer. So this was really the first song he wrote. And yeah, yeah, it's also a reflection of that in the lyrics and his youth in Fullerton about rebellion, friendship, and surviving. Um, yeah, and it's about youth fading away and that time changes everything. So maybe lyrically, it's quite a deep track. Um, and reminds me of tracks that are similar, that are also in this vein, like when he's looking back, like "Story of My Life."
Mhm.
So it's one of those songs, and I think Social Distortion always had this reflective side to them. So it was also no, not many punk bands have these types of songs. So I always
Yeah,
liked that about Social
yeah,
Distortion.
yeah, yeah. So the next song, maybe you want to say something about it. The next song
Yeah,
is called Tonight.
yeah. Tonight, I think is also one of the greatest songs. I mean, we had praise for a lot of songs by now, but this is also a great song. It's very mature, also reflective, and it's a kind of a fast floor filler track, and that captures the band's signature sound of punk, rock and roll, country, roots rock. This song has also been played live for years
Okay.
prior to this release this year, just like the second track, No Way Out, and has become already a fan favorite at concerts. So it was only, yeah, only right to include it here. And yeah, I love it. And it's, to me, it's clearly one of the best songs
Yeah,
together with the title track.
I love it as well. I think it's a bit more laid back. So it's not a ballad or something. It's going forward and it's rocking, but it's yeah, it's a bit more. It's more accessible. I mean,
Ah,
it's a little bit more commercial. Could be a single, right? And I
mhm.
think that in my perfect world, Social Distortion would be a total hit band, right? I mean, these songs are so beautifully put
Yeah,
together, such great hook lines, and it's really sad that they are. I mean, they are fairly popular and big, of course, but I mean, they are not a charting band. So, but I could totally see that, like, you know, in a time where rock and roll or rock music is still popular, that these songs could be massive, right? They could be hits, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah. They should be, yeah. I agree.
So, next song is
So,
called Partners in Crime.
another
What do you
singer.
think? It's a single.
Yeah, it's also a single, yeah.
Okay,
They
didn't
had
know that.
three advanced singles, and this was one of them. I think this is maybe the weakest of the single, but I still like it. It's still a very good song, but I wouldn't call it one of the highlights of the album. And I think they could have chosen better singles, maybe,
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good song. I like it, but it's kind of missing this hook that gets immediately stuck in your brain, right? So, but the next song, "Crazy Dreamer," is one of their yeah, you could say it's a ballad, right? Um, Also very nostalgic and melancholic. It would probably wouldn't be a song that I would actively seek out and put on my playlist or whatever, but I I really think they are good at this stuff, and I like that
Yeah,
they are doing it because it adds another flourish to their records, and I think they pull this off, right? I mean, this could be like a heavier Roy Orbison song or something like that.
yeah,
Um, and I really love the soundscape of it.
yeah. Yeah, and Americana singer songwriter writer Lucinda Williams is featured on this track, and yeah, I think it's really a nice song, and it gives this album another facet. So I think it's also really nice, not necessarily a highlight for me, but it's a song that could grow on you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. We already talked about the next one. It's a
yeah,
cover version of Chris Isaac's "Wicked Game,"
yeah,
and uh, yeah, we basically agreed that you could say that this is kind of a boring cover version because they are not really inventing this song new. I mean, they give it a different sonics because they are playing it on guitars and you know as a rock and roll band, but they are playing it pretty straight. But still, the song and the way they are playing it, it sounds like it was made for them. It
yeah.
fits them perfectly, and Mike Ness sounds so awesome on that song. I maybe I will get bored in a while, but right now I really like this version by them.
Yeah. I think if I have the feeling if they choose a cover song, they 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 think a lot about it and they really mean it. And they also strongly identify with the lyrics. and Mike Ness can totally pull something off like this. So I mean, another band might do a choice, maybe not think about it, just let's do a cover. Yeah, I can sing it. Blah blah blah. Bang! Here is our cover version. I don't think they do it like this. And also, I mean, the other cover versions you could also say are very boring. Under My Thumb or Ring of Fire. But I mean, those songs are so fitting to them. I mean, their Ring of Fire version is really killer. Yeah, and
Yeah,
I mean, if you would hear this on paper, you would say, "You want to play Ring of Fire? Come on!" Yeah.
yeah.
So, and they really pull it off. They deliver it with such honesty, and of course the Mike Ness charisma. And yeah, this is just another one of their great cover tunes.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah, right. And the next song is great as well, right? Walk Away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that one also. Yeah, right.
Pretty straight rocker. Um, Pretty badass. Yeah, a really rebellious
Yeah,
and hard ass song. So yeah, we're getting back to the start of the album after two more mellow songs and yeah, kicking off the final third of the album in a very promising way that yeah, makes you look forward to the rest of it. Right? I love that one.
yeah. That's really cool. I agree.
And okay, the next song is called "Never Going Back Again." What have you got to say about that one?
Yeah, I think that's another really of the great ones that stood out to me. It's really another highlight. Yeah, lyrically are some very cool references, running with the zombies and lurking with the living dead. So these are kind of suggesting themes of overcoming dark times or addiction. So this is really consistent and very fitting to the overall tone, the gritty tone of this album. So
It
I really like the lyrics here.
it has this pretty cool start-stop dynamics, right?
Yes. Hmm.
That's also pretty cool. So it's very dynamic and kind of menacing sounding, right? So another one of their hard rockers. I also love the next one. So this is track number 10 and the second to last song,
Yeah.
and it's called "Don't Keep Me Hanging On." And this is for me another highlight, another case of yeah, that talent of Mike Ness to combine his this rock and roll toughness with catchy hooks and beautiful melodies and this melancholy. Um, yeah, another highlight. One of my favorites on this album
Mm,
that isn't really
mhm.
lacking in favorites, as we already mentioned. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So I like it too. It's a strong song.
yeah.
So I don't have much to say otherwise about it. So
Yeah, you.
uh,
I mean, these you have to stop this video, go out, buy the CD or the vinyl, and just listen to it because that's how what you should do with it. It's not exactly music where you sit and pour over it and talk about it that much. It's music to be felt and to have a beer with it and just have fun with it. Yeah. So the last song, "Over You." Maybe not one of my favorites, still a good song. Nice way to end the album. Yeah, to me, I'm really, and I said this before, I'm really happy about this album. I'm just thankful that this record exists at this point in time, and that Mike Ness and his guys um, yeah, managed to do another one. I don't know how long it will take for them to release their next album. So I'm really glad uh, that we have this and it's that good. And yeah, it's just a miracle to me. It's a beautiful album.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I'm glad the guys are back and they are back with a bang. So
Right.
yeah.
So
Very
So,
cool.
like I said, stop this video now and go check it out on streaming or wherever. And if you loved Social Distortion, chances are you will love this one as well. And have a beer with it and have some fun.
Yeah, and if you want to watch more reviews like this, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up and listen to Born to Kill now.
Right. So
Okay.
see you soon.
See you in the next video.
Bye
Bye.
bye.